this is it. I'm on my way to find some cool places where we could photograph our new bike. In early 80s, Honda developed and released the famous CB250 RSZ. It featured a powerful 33 horsepower engine and looked like a brand new bike with a great ball door color scheme and a terrible electric starter that seemed made out of cheese. Even so, the RS seemed to thrive on heartless owners, proving to be possessed by a resilience that reminds me of Rockefeller. But don't take it for granted, you have to take care of it. The front sprocket has only 14 teeth. Yes, this means load of torque, but a rapidly spinning gearbox will eat the chain before you hit 12,000 kilometers. The engine only holds 1.7 liters of oil and filtering is, well, minimal. So change it often to keep the thing in one piece. They hold value pretty well considering that it is a 40 years old model, and a restored bike will sell up to $7,000 depending on the features. It seems one of these got separated from the herd and made its way into Europe around 91, until eventually ending up stashed in a barn somewhere north of Budapest. It was leaking, rusting as it was waiting for its final hours. Meanwhile, 300 or so kilometers towards East, Manopra picked it up on its looking for abandoned legends radar, and before you know it, they set on to rescue her, the Japanese mistress.
Initially, it felt like riding a scrawny horse rather, but it was worse. Now, because we wanted it green in documents, we sticked over the cheapest and the ugliest wrapping film.
Then, with the carb rebuilt and the oil changed, she was ready for the vehicle's registration appointment.
In the meantime, our custom parts order arrived, and yeah, we pretty much look like Ed, Edd and Eddy unwrapping jawbreakers.
She's all legal now and ready to be chopped, treated and transformed into something that not even us could anticipate back then. So we pulled out the angle grinder to redesign the front wing and also lowered the seat height. Then we played with some cardboard and some 1mm thick aluminium sheet for designing our unique rear wing, chain guard and lateral panels. We even went so far and had the naughtiness to say, hey, why don't we try to attach the lateral panels with magnets on the frame?
Well, I guess we'll find out later how that worked.
After welding some new fixing elements on the frame, we stripped her down all the way to wheels and yoke bearings. Now all metallic components except the gas tank left for a 2-month strip for electrostatic painting.
Now look at this. Everything looks so good. Makes you think there's some sort of candies for mechanics.
Meanwhile, spokes got through a drilling machine massage and the wheels got through. Build-up can properly start now. All mechanical parts are ready to rumble and thirsty to be used.
Its 33 horsepower engine is back on,
with a shorter master cable for an elegant fit.
fresh green sleeves and brake levers combine almost naturally with these retro mirrors. Brand new YSS adjustable rear suspension from CB400 makes this beast wild on and off-road. Everything starts to look in one shape, but there are still two elements that can be improved: power and sound. And we all know that these two can simultaneously be influenced by one thing, and that's the exhaust. We decided to turn it into a 2-to-1, so we handmade it at our friends from Fiorerescu in some, let's call it a sparking adventure. The effect is mind-blowing. Because of the Cayenne air filter, 2-to-1 exhaust and a very permissive muffler, acceleration response improved extremely, and so the sound of it. Gave it a nice woman stockings black matte paint, and this baby seems to be ready for a true spin.
Tango with the mistress, and you might even end up with your spouse questioning your loyalty. It's a bit like cocaine. Try it, get hooked. Next thing you know, you're all sweaty palms when you're apart. So where actually is the fuzz? Well, for starters, it's obviously changed. The Resto Mode project got rid of some of the excess weight, which made it even lighter. Acceleration will leave you breathless until you reach 4th gear. Blending retro over angelized headlights and fresh green levers, with the back end being inspired by American flat trackers. This time around, the mistress has dropped the white innocent appearance and came out honest, blunt and straightforward, shameless. Now remember the small sprocket, the high torque, the light weight. It accelerates like a rocket out of an RPG. It will blow your mind. The exhaust makes the bike sound like it was stinged by a hornet, although it can steer and change direction like it's one of them. Suspension is spot on. It offers loads of confidence and feedback regardless the situation or nature of the surface. It has this weird balance between urban, retro and forest ranger. This no longer looks like the one Japs still worship with so much humbleness. No, this one feels like it died and then got reincarnated, and it's much simpler, lighter and greener version. All that I need to be proven, all that is gone. She seems free in paradise, unleashed among us.
The sun sets on my tongue. I feel the effects. The sun sets and 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 I feel the effects.
This is it. We found the perfect place to get a... What's that? Is that a fasan? Anyway, it's Screws and nails everywhere. Should be perfect. Oh, we found it. Finally, just being able to look at it, to enjoy people passing by, noticing something unusual. They linger and seem to be astonished.
You see, that's the problem about this RS Scrambler bike. Makes you want to rob a bank and then run away in the woods with it. Having only 250cc, its engine amazingly outputs 33 horsepower. That means 132 horsepower per liter.
An efficiency Honda developed in order to outperform the 250 two-strokes at that time. In the 80s, this seemed miraculous.
Witnessing the rebirth of this legend is overwhelming and liberating. Follow us to see how the rest of the story unfolds.